We all begin this journey with a question. It's like a quiet, gentle hum in the back of our minds. What is this all for? We chase things, We chase deadlines, promotions. We chase bigger houses, newer cars. We're told these are the markers of a good life. But are they really? Sometimes, late at night, when the world is still and the only sound is our own breathing, the question returns. It whispers to us from the deepest part of our soul, asking if we are truly happy, if we have found what we are looking for. It's a universal search, this quiet pursuit of meaning. It connects us all, from the bustling city streets to the silent, starlit countryside. We are all just searching, and in this search, we can feel lost. What if the most valuable currency in the world isn't money, but kindness? Kindness is a language everyone understands, no matter where you come from. A simple smile, a helping hand, or a listening ear can change someone's entire day. When you give kindness, it doesn't diminish, it grows, spreading from person to person. Communities built on kindness are stronger, more resilient, and filled with hope. Every day, we have countless opportunities to pay with kindness at home, at work, with strangers. It costs nothing to be kind, but its value is immeasurable. One act of kindness can inspire another, creating a ripple effect that reaches far beyond what we see. In the end, the richest people are those who give and receive kindness freely. In a world obsessed with competition, let kindness be your greatest asset. Look for ways to show kindness today. Hold a door, share a compliment, or simply listen. Kindness bridges gaps, heals wounds, and brings us closer together. Imagine a culture where kindness is the norm, not the exception. More money, more things, these don't compare to the wealth of a kind heart. Kindness is the real currency that enriches our lives and the lives of others. Long after words are forgotten, acts of kindness are remembered. No matter your age, background, or status, you can give and receive kindness. A small act of kindness to someone in need can mean the world to them. In difficult times, kindness is a light that guides us through. A gentle touch, a kind word, a moment of understanding, these are priceless gifts. Kindness starts at home, with family and friends. Let kindness be your first response, not your last resort. Sometimes we think changing the world requires a grand plan, a loud voice, a powerful position. But the world is not changed by earthquakes, but by the gentle, steady falling of the rain. A small act of kindness can be like a single raindrop, seemingly insignificant on its own, but capable of joining with others to nourish a thirsty land. Consider the power of a simple hello. A genuine, warm hello to a cashier who looks tired, a neighbor you usually just nod at, or a stranger sitting alone on a park bench. It costs you nothing. It takes but a second. This small gesture says, I see you. In a world where so many feel invisible, being seen is a profound gift. I remember a story about a man who was planning to end his life. He decided to walk across a bridge one last time. He told himself that if one person smiled at him, just one person, he wouldn't do it. As he walked, lost in his despair, a stranger passed by, looked him in the eyes, and gave him a warm, genuine smile. That simple, unthinking act of kindness saved his life. So, let us try to be the person who smiles on the bridge. We spend so much of our lives accumulating things. We fill our homes, our closets, our garages. We work hard to acquire them, and we worry about losing them. These possessions are heavy. They anchor us. They demand our time and our energy. We must clean them, maintain them, ensure them. And yet, when we reach the end of our days, we can't take any of them with us. The moving van doesn't follow the hearse. Now, think about the things that truly matter. The memory of a shared laugh so hard your stomach hurt. The feeling of a child's hand slipping into yours. The quiet comfort of sitting with a friend in shared silence, knowing you don't need words. The warmth of a hug after a long, hard day. These are the things we carry with us. They live inside our hearts. They weigh nothing, yet they are the heaviest, most substantial parts of our existence. They are the true treasures of a life well lived. Collect memories, not things. Life is not always gentle. We know this. There are times of deep sadness, of profound loss, of heartbreaking pain. The world can feel dark and unforgiving. The path forward can seem impossible to find. In these moments, it's easy to believe that the darkness is all their island. We feel broken. We think what is broken can never be whole again. We look at our lives and see only the cracks, the imperfections, the places where things fell apart. But there is a beautiful idea in the Japanese art of kintsugi. When pottery breaks, they don't throw it away. They mend it with lacquer mixed with powdered gold. The cracks are not hidden. They are highlighted. The piece is not just repaired. It is transformed. Breakage and repair become part of its history. The piece becomes more beautiful, more valuable. The cracks become veins of gold. Our lives are the same. They are the cracks through which light can enter, for having been broken and put back together again. We are often told that to make a difference, we must do something big. We must start a foundation, lead a movement, or write a bestseller. We see grand gestures celebrated on the news and in movies, and we begin to believe that our small, quiet lives are insignificant in comparison. We think, what can I possibly do? I'm just one person. This belief can be paralyzing. It makes us feel powerless, and so we do nothing, waiting for the perfect moment or the grand opportunity that may never come. But this is a myth, the myth of the grand gesture. Life is not built on a few monumental events, but on a million tiny, almost invisible moments. The real work of changing the world and changing ourselves happens in the ordinary spaces of our daily lives. It happens when you stop to listen, truly listen, to a friend who is struggling. It happens when you make a meal for a neighbor who is sick. It happens when you forgive someone who has hurt you, even if they don't ask for it. These are not small things. They are everything. Think of a mother comforting a crying child. It is a quiet, simple act of love. Imagine that your heart is a garden. Imagine that your heart is a garden. For some, this garden has been neglected. The soil is dry and hard. Weeds of resentment, weeds of fear, weeds of cynicism. They have grown tall, choking out the light. It can feel like a desolate place, a place where nothing beautiful could possibly grow again. We look at the overgrown mess and feel overwhelmed. It seems easier to just close the gate and walk away. Many of us do this. We close our hearts to protect them. But in doing so, we also shut out the sun and the rain. But no garden is ever beyond hope. It begins with a single act of tending. It begins with pulling one weed. That weed might be a small resentment you've been holding onto. Pulling it means choosing to forgive, not for the other person's sake, but for your own. It means clearing a small patch of soil. Then, You might turn the soil, aerating it with a moment of self-compassion, admitting that you are doing the best you can. You can water it with a tear of release, letting go of a sadness you have been carrying for too long. There are days when the world feels like a cold, lonely place. The news is filled with stories of conflict and pain. People seem rushed, angry, and disconnected. You can walk through a crowded street and feel completely alone. On days like these, it is easy for your own heart to grow cold. It is a natural defense mechanism. We build walls to protect ourselves from the harshness we see around us. We retreat into our shells, hoping to wait out the storm. But isolation is a false comfort. In these moments, the bravest and most important thing you can do is to be a source of warmth. When the world is cold, be a fire. You don't have to be a roaring bonfire. A single, steady candle can push back an immense amount of darkness. Your quiet warmth can come from a patient word, a gentle touch, or an understanding smile. It is an act of defiance against the cynicism and coldness of the world. It is a declaration that you will not let the world's chill extinguish the flame in your own heart. Instead, reach out. Be the person who offers the coat. Be the one who shares the warm drink. In the end, what is it all about? We rush, we strive, we build, we accumulate. But when the curtain begins to fall, when the noise of life fades to a whisper, what remains? It is not the titles we held or the money we made. It is not the awards on the shelf or the size of our home. All of that fades. It is like a sand castle on the shore, washed away by the inevitable tide. What remains is love, the love we gave and the love we received. It is the only thing that endures. Death ends a life, not a relationship. The people we have loved and lost are not gone. They live on inside of us. They live in the lessons they taught us, in the laughter we shared, in the way we see the world because of them. They are as real and present as the pen in my hand. It is the love that remains. Now, it's your turn. Go out and make a difference, one act of kindness at a time. Remember, the smallest act can spark the greatest change. Be the light, be remarkable.